You know what the weirdest thing about Christianity is that God basically encourages, models, almost expects you to rejoice and act like nothing's wrong when everything is going wrong. When we look at the Apostle Paul, dude was in prison and he started worshiping God and dancing around, I'm sure, and being like, this is the best day of my life. And God sends an angel to break him out of prison, and the guards don't even notice him passing. That is some straight up unnatural stuff. That doesn't make sense. The only way I could make sense of it is some of you may have known the story of how I prophesied Stacy into my life. And it was a progressive, like, weekend of constant ramping up of goals. It was called a Kalego at a transformation event. Some of you all know Kyle Cease. He's a transformation coach, a comedian turned transformation coach. But anyways, this Kalego is basically, you get with a person randomly from the audience. It could be sitting next to you. And you just say, like, this is me a year from now. This is me 5 years from now. What does my life look like? And for me, about 3 hours into a Kalego session, I think it was, maybe it was less than that, but it was definitely the last day. So we have a lot of exercises leading up to that. I specifically stated, I want a woman that's a leader, an expert in her field. I want her to be well-traveled, like much more well-traveled than me. I want her to be a public speaker. And I have this amazing relationship with this person. And we're just going on adventures together and challenging each other to do better. And all these things, pretending like I was in that moment. And of course, what happened like a month after I left that event in San Diego and came back home, I met Stacy on a platform that has never had any results for me. And she checked all the boxes. Of course, she's a doctor, licensed from here at Emory. She's traveled to like 26 countries. She's done many public speaking events, including to over 1,000 people. She's done keynote speeches. And so, it just ties into the whole unnatural thing of pretending. It's kind of weird because you're not kind of pretending if you, like the Bible says too, if you feel like you're in a moment, if you have faith, if you're in that moment, then essentially God could maneuver the universe around you being in that moment, even if you're not there right now. So that's pretty weird. Doesn't make any sense. And there's been other times in my life where I celebrated God for something before it even happened. And of course, later on in the day it happens. But I'm talking like celebrating like with tears of gratitude, like unnatural crying in worship. Even when my father passed, I rejoiced that night. I sang in worship and gratitude to the Lord. And I think that was largely because I got a word of encouragement from one of my pastors and close buddy friends, Ravi Mandati, that, when you go through something difficult, worship through it. Don't let the enemy just kind of kick you down, keep you down in grief. Learn how to, like the Apostle Paul, rejoice through it and make the enemy confused and flee, because it definitely makes him do that. Because think about, like, every time you have an ordeal where you want to just go down that downward spiral, and the enemy's like, yeah, now we got him. Oh yeah, now he's gonna be taken off the battlefield. Now we can let our demons take reign over his kingdom that's been assigned to him by the Lord. And then the complete opposite happens, and I just double down, triple down. And when everything is like coming against me, right? The enemy's like, huh, um, scratching his head, like, what? That wasn't supposed to happen. And at some point, like the Bible says too, the enemy will just shrug and just walk away, like, well, okay, you can't touch this guy or gal. All right. Yeah, that's the weirdest thing about Christianity.